What's up, fam? My name is Josephus and welcome to another League of Legends video. There have been a number of changes in the preseason this year, and so today I am here to give you guys 33 things you need to know for Season 7. The first few things have to do with changes to Ranked. Number 1, Solo Duo Queue is back. You can play by yourself or with a friend, but you still have your two preferred positions like you had in Dynamic Queue last year. Number 2, Flex Queue has been introduced. In Flex Queue, you can play with teams from 1 person to 5 people, but at the moment teams of 4 are disabled for matchmaking purposes. Number 3, Riot has announced that if you reach gold in Solo Duo Queue and in Flex Queue, they'll have a special reward for you at the end of the season. Number 4, Riot has released a replay system. Right now, in the beta client, you can download all of your matches from your match history. Number 5, in this replay system, you can go into game, and there is a recording mode allowing you to export your amazing plays as video files right to your computer. Number 6, Riot has announced a practice mode that will be coming out sometime in early 2017. They've described it as a powerful new set of custom game options, saying that this will allow you to practice your skills, your summoner spells, and crazy comps without diving into an actual game. Number 7, Riot will be giving us a brand new client in Season 7. It's built on a completely new platform that they say will give them more creative freedom, and it has a universal Hextech theme. Number 8, in this new client you are able to change your in-game settings while you are out of game. Number 9, in this new client you can see ability scaling in the champion descriptions. And number 10, you can opt into the open beta of this client right now by clicking on the box in your patcher. Riot changed a number of champions in the preseason. Let's go over them now. Number 11, Talon has been changed. His E now allows him to parkour over both walls and structures, and his Q has been changed so that if he is standing next to his target, he will stab it, dealing bonus damage, and if he is far away, he will leap to the target and stab it, dealing less damage. Number 12, Rengar has been reworked. His ult now lasts longer, he gets a free crit, but you can see him before he jumps due to the changes to stealth mechanics that we will get into later. His Q has also become a ranged area of effect ability that launches him slightly forward. And his fully stacked W, when used, removes all crowd control from him and makes him immune to crowd control for a few seconds. Number 13, LeBlanc has been reworked. Her passive is now that her abilities apply Sigil of Malice to her target, and after a short duration, striking the target with LeBlanc's abilities will detonate the sigil, dealing magic damage. Her Q is Shatter Orb. If it triggers her passive, Sigil of Malice, it will chain to the nearest ready Sigil of Malice, that's on another unit, and those bounces will deal 120% damage to minions. LeBlanc's ultimate has been changed as well. After pushing R, she gains access to alternate versions of her 4 spells. If she pushes Q, W, or E, she will disappear for 0.1 seconds, and then reappear with a mimic right next to her, who will cast the Q, the W, or the E that she selected. If she pushes R and then pushes R again, then that will summon a mimic at a target location, the range of which is global, and that mimic will run towards the nearest enemy and cast one of LeBlanc's abilities. Then the mimic will disappear. This can be very useful for throwing off enemy laners and starting fights. Number 14, Katarina has been changed. Her Q, Bouncing Blades, after bouncing to its targets, now drops onto the ground and stays there for a few seconds. Her W is that she throws up a blade in the air, which then falls back down and sticks in the ground for a couple of seconds, and she gains a burst of movement speed. Her E, Shunpo, is now reset by picking up those daggers. Number 15, Fizz's ultimate, Churn the Waters, now gains size based on the distance that it has traveled. Number 16, Zed now gains attack damage when an enemy is killed by his ultimate. Number 17, Akali's W now moves her into her shroud. Number 18. Kha'Zix has been changed so that his evolved version of his spells are much better at taking out isolated targets. His Q on his isolated targets refunds the cooldown. His evolved W now slows more on isolated targets, and his evolved R gives him invisibility and movement speed upon entering any brush. Number 19. Shaco's clone now makes an Illuminati triangle of Jack-in-the-Boxes when he dies. Number 20. Echo's passive no longer slows, but if when he casts his ultimate he flies back through his W stun field, it will activate the stun field, stunning any enemy units inside and giving him a shield. Number 21. Kog'Maw's rework has been revoked. Number 22. Camille has been released. This champion has blades legs, can jump off walls and stab people, and her ultimate locks down a unit within a certain circle. They are unable to leave until Camille has left the circle, and it pushes back all enemy units to the outside of the circle, although they are able to get back inside after the initial blast. Number 23 jumps us right into item changes. Lethality has been introduced as a version of armor penetration that scales with the enemy's level. Number 24, Poacher's Dirk is an item that's been introduced. It gives you attack damage and lethality, and after you've stolen 3 large monsters from the enemy jungle, it upgrades into a serrated Dirk. Number 25, Edge of Night has been introduced to the game. This item gives you attack damage, lethality, magic resist, out of combat movement speed, and its active is that after a brief channel, you gain a spell shield. Number 26, the Duskblade of Drakthar now grants you attack damage, lethality, and out of combat movement speed. It also gives you damage after being unseen, and it reveals wards when near, the way that the chicken camps would when you smited them. Number 27, Yumumu's Ghostblade active now gives you movement speed and allows you to move through units. Number 28, there's been a number of changes to support items. Aegis of the Legion no longer gives you area of effect magic resist. Knight's Vow has been introduced to the game, which is an item that allows you to take damage for a bonded ally and to heal for the damage that they deal. Number 29. Redemption has been introduced to the game basically as the ultimate support item right now. It grants you health, mana regen, health regen, cooldown reduction, increased healing and shielding power, and it gives you an active that you can use whether you are alive or you're dead that calls down a beam of light in a target area. After a slight delay, it heals allies and deals damage to enemies. Number 30. Stealth has been changed. There are now 2 types of stealth, camouflage and invisibility. Camouflage is used by champions such as Rengar, Twitch, and Evelynn, and you are able to be seen by enemies when you're close to them. Invisibility, on the other hand, is used by champions such as Wukong, Shaco, Akali, etc., and you cannot be seen by anything except for a red sweeping lens. Number 31. The jungle has been changed in a number of ways, the first of which is that plants have been introduced. There's 3 types of plants, a blasting cone, a crier's bloom, and a honey fruit. The blasting cone pushes everything back from a central point when it is basic attacked. The crier's bloom gives you vision and reveals wards and traps in a cone in front of it when it is basic attacked. And the honey fruit, when basic attacked, drops a number of fruits, which, when you step on top of them, restore hit points, mana, but also slow you slightly. Number 32. The monsters of the jungle have been changed as well. Red and blue buffs no longer have their little friends, and there are now more chickens in the chicken camp. Also, Krugs will split into smaller and smaller rock monsters when they're killed. And last but not least, number 33 are the mastery changes. Strength of the Aegis has been removed, and it has been replaced by Courage of the Colossus, which gives you a shield when you use hard CC on an enemy champion. Now, these are not all the changes that have happened over the course of the preseason, but these are the 33 that I thought you most wanted to know about. If you want to learn more, you can check out all the links down in the description, which is where I got all of my information. And if there's something you think I missed, go ahead and hit me up down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, if it helped you be more prepared for Season 7, hit that like button to let me know. And if you're interested in seeing more content like this, hit the subscribe button. If you want to, you can even hit the little bell next to the subscribe button to get updates on whenever we release new videos. But most importantly, guys, have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.